Wagwan viewers! It is me, Jack Cox. Don't laugh. And I need to shave. And today, as a comeback for my film reviews, I'm going to review Going in Style. Now, I gotta say, I went into this film without any knowledge of it whatsoever. I didn't watch any of the trailers or TV spots, and I didn't read any reviews, so I went in with a completely fresh perspective, with no expectations of whether it be good or bad. Though, whilst watching it, I thought it was sharing plot points with one of my all-time favourite films by one of my all-time favourite directors, Brett Ratner's Tower Heist, where people with no criminal experience whatsoever have their money stolen, whether it be through pensions or retirement funds, and they enlist the help of a professional criminal, which one of the main characters met earlier on, to steal it back. Then they do with someone messing it up somehow, which gets them found out by the authorities. But the difference between Tower Heist and Going in Style at this point is that rather than one of the main characters going to jail whilst the others don't have to, all three of the main characters don't have to go to jail in the end. And then they all share their bits of money they stole to all their friends and family who are struggling financially throughout the film. I had some laughs, though because this film is mostly aimed at the elderly demographic, which I could tell because there are a lot of elders at the cinema, the way the jokes were executed were too safe. And probably too fast, because after one comedic moment, I immediately forgot about it by the time I got to the next joke, and then I forgot about that by the time I got to the next funny moment, and so on. There was one cliche moment that of course would never happen in real life, but Morgan Freeman's character gets offered a doll by a little girl during the heist. Then he kindly refuses and has a bit of a panic attack, which takes a stronger effect later on. And then the FBI asks the same little girl to identify one of the criminals she encountered during that heist. But she sees Morgan Freeman's character and saves him by saying to the agent trying to track the criminals down that none of them were one of the criminals she encountered on that day. That is forgiven with the jokes everywhere else in the film, despite being played too safe and some of them being too fast-paced. And also for me, Alan Arkin's character shining with his cynical dialogue and not expecting anything good to happen. Sorry to cut this review short, guys, but once again, this is the sort of film that is aimed for the elderly demographic, but that doesn't mean you guys can't have fun as well. So I'd rate this film 3 out of 5 stars. Take your grandparents to see it or your other elderly folk, and I guarantee that both of you would have a good time. Now on to the second part of the video. There are going to be a couple of more changes, which I forgot to mention in the last video, which are going to come your viewers' ways. Now, I got a MacBook recently, and with that will come a better editing software than the one I used to use a lot, which is Windows Live Movie Maker. And that brings me on to the quick second change that are coming your viewers' ways. I turned 19 this week. The main point of that really was just to make you guys feel old. But yeah, it was my birthday this week, and I turned 19, so yeah, you're feeling old now, aren't you? And now I've officially run out of things to say, so thank you so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like, share and subscribe, and until the next video, peace!